Hello, friends. Nobody's here yet, but they will be when you see this in your subfeed. Hopefully, you'll be interested in Spanish and gender and funny stories that might go in my set list when I become a famous New York comedian. If you're wondering what that background noise is, funny, you asked. I know, I just read your mind. It is my little mix on ambientmusic.com. This is a vegan hot dog, and I gotta say, it was horrible. I don't even like hot dogs, but my mom wanted me to try it, and I did. And I put the link in the description when I finally managed to choose the art, but as of now, it is unsavable because my connection is so slow. I just took a picture of myself or something, it'll just lose all my things just because I know this computer so well. I just got this back after not having it for 2 years, so that's good. I rediscovered how bad it is. Anything, this poor kid. It has 100 gigabytes of storage, and 99% of them are taken by I don't know what. I have literally no idea. I have quite a few pictures and a little bit of videos, but there's no reason. I don't know, man. I don't know. It might just be its own software that's doing that. Alright, you guys didn't come here for a lesson on bad computers and why they're bad. You came here to learn about me. Alright. So, if you know anything about me, you know that I am very enthralled and interested in the Spanish language. And I've been studying it at the time of this story, when it takes place, for about a year. Mostly from my best friend, Ryan, and I decided to study it mostly because he was talking to me in Spanish often, and also because I was taking Spanish and German, and I don't like the sound, so I was like, all right, I can't roll my R's, but I guess that's the only reason that I hadn't chosen to go to that language class before, because I just can't roll my R's. It would be embarrassing. I can roll them a little bit, but I can't roll them repeatedly now. So in Mexico, I wouldn't stand a chance. They like to mess up with an R. I can do the trill, but I can't do the R. Anyways, my teacher, Prof. Metz, was actually fluent in the language. She was the only teacher in the school who was actually fluent, even though there were natives in our town. I don't understand why you had to be a Spanish teacher doesn't have to be fluent. I cannot wrap my head around that idea. It's like a math teacher not knowing long division and teaching it. Oh, hello, one person. I'm assuming that's Katie again. I hope you are in for this ride. So I had this teacher who wasn't fluent at all, and I would write on all my papers just like I did the preceding year. Whenever I would be using masculine for context in Romance languages and a lot of other languages, there is a masculine and a feminine for adjectives and nouns. In Spanish, it's usually I'll take for example, this will come up later. The word cómico means funny. Cómico is the masculine, and cómica is the feminine, and it's an adjective. And I would write every single time, uso el masculino para mí. I use the masculine for me, for myself. There isn't the word for myself is just me. They don't include the self part because it's just redundant. Whose self? Myself, obviously. Not yourself. The self part. They have some good traits there. It's not as redundant sometimes. sometimes. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So apparently she had like read any of that. I think I've said that like 5 times before. And she was asking a question to us, like, give me 5 words to describe yourself. So I said, raro, weird, inteligente, smart, cómico, funny, artístico, artistic, and probably some other word. Is that 5? I think it's 4. Oh my gosh, there are 2 people watching. And she, we were reading out our answers to class. She was like, cómico, it's cómica. And I was like, soy un niño. Oh wait, no, I did, sorry. Panic dropped a new music video. He wasn't. Oh, I am very excited. I just saw Halsey's album, and it was Halsey's new music video. It was very underwhelming. That's my rating. It was really like a great cinematography. It was really pretty, but as a story about gays, which she said it was going to be, it was bad. It was not a fun time. They were fighting. They were boxing. There was no romantic things happening between these girls. These very beautiful girls. Okay. Anyways, I'm over my ankle. She promised us something nice, and she didn't give it. Okay. There's one person watching now. They don't like my Halsey rant. I say uso el masculino para mí. I use the masculine for myself. And she says, ¿por qué? Why? Got them. Labels and treated. Ooh, interesting. She says, why? And I say, porque eres un niño. That is not the correct conjugation. A conjugation, for reference, is, in English, it is I have and she has. And, like, the verb changes based on the pronoun being used with it. And eres un niño. This wasn't specifically a conjugation issue, but it was a pronoun issue. I get both my conjugations and my pronouns and pretty much everything mixed up when I'm nervous, which is like the worst time to be not being able to like communicate properly. Porque eres un niño means because you are a boy. And then she said, porque eres un niño? Because you are a boy? And I said, sí, porque soy un niño. And the following, like, a few days later when she found me in the lobby area, she, like, asked me about it, and I was like, yep, I'm a boy, because non-binaries are, like, not a thing most teachers know about, and they kind of should, because, like, teenagers are non-binary. It's a thing that happens a lot. Not like a ton, but like 1%. You can expect to get as many twins in your class or as many redheads as you can non-binaries, and you should be able to deal with them, you know? I don't know, man. It's losing that complicated. So there is, for reference, and like I said, the word inteligente, it ends with an E, and the E, or they call it A in there. The vowels, the names for the vowels are all switched around, just cause. So that would be a neutral one, because you can use it for boys and girls, and it doesn't matter. So the gender neutral is ella, like ella, which is she, except with an E, because that's the neutral. And you just conjugate everything with an E, like comique, E, funny, re, weird, artistic. And now you McFrickin' know. And now for a little McFrickin' update. This is messy because I'm creating art, and what I've been creating is I've been trying to do, for most of my day, around 3 hours of it, music. Mostly new perspective. 3 hours. Recording over and over. Try to get one good take. I really appreciate, Katie, you're staying here, even though you know this story. You're a freaking trooper. And if you've been working, yeah, I have. I have been working on it for 3 hours. I can tell because when I returned to social media, I asked everyone if they wanted to see a live stream. And when I returned to that, I was like, that was posted 3 hours ago. And I had actually started before I asked that question. Pretty much almost as soon as you gave me the recording, whenever the frick that was, I started on it. I'm just, like, people think that I'm a good singer. I'm really not. I'm like an okay singer. I feel like I shouldn't be saying, like, this is gonna, like, reaffirm bad ideas. It's just, like, true. I just, like, do something over and over until, like, anybody could get it perfect. Like, I don't even know how many... Katie? That's just... My, have you seen my freaking... Yeah, you see my spam where I have all those audio recordings where I sing. Those take, like, usually, like, more than 20 times, like, most of the time. Like, they make mistakes when you're live, but, like, I can't do I am not, like, the type of person... I can't be under any sort of nerve type of thing. Oh yeah, back to supporting my art. Also, part of the reason that it took so long is because the technologies I was using, I cannot layer sound. I have to record it on one phone and then play that recording while I'm recording it on another phone. And if you donated to my Patreon, which I will link in the description. I don't know. I'm pointing at my computer because that's where Patreon is, but it's also on this. It's everywhere because it's on the internet. That's what's so great about it. Frick, what was I saying? Yeah, if you donate to that, first of all, my father has refused to give me my money because I'm not making any money currently because I don't have a job. I screwed up the sync and you can pirate FL Studio. There are many videos on how to do it, and from Frank Japsy's videos at least, it seems like it's a pretty good audio recording software. You can pretty much pirate anything, and if you don't know how, and there's no YouTube videos, you just find one of those tech people. You have a free version of FL? It seems pretty good, and there are lots of videos on how to use it. I mean, I have only used, like, probably 2 good mixers in my entire life. I'm used to working with crap, and on a crap computer that doesn't, like, load properly. So, that's why I take so much time to make my art, because I'm just, like, so frustrated, not just with myself, but with, like, stuff that cannot process stuff. And that's why... like, telling my 67 subscribers and the 20 of them who watch these videos, if you want to see better, more stuff, I made this thing you thought sounded cool about 2 minutes before wanting to delete it. Still have it. I'm interested because I think your voice is way better than you think your voice is, and let me tell you a secret. I know a lot about singing, even though I like, that's how I know that I'm not that great. Because I know a whole lot. I don't, like, know a lot of words for things, and I don't know, like... But I have, like, an intuitive freaking sense about knowing stuff because I've been doing it for, my entire life. It doesn't have any vocals, it's just some chords. You know what? I'll steal it for you and I'll turn it into an entire song, because when I'm working with somebody's thing that isn't my, when I make my own thing, I don't like screw up as much on it, because it, well, that's what I think. I don't know. I haven't done my, I guess I have done my own thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that personally. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Nobody really knows, because I haven't ever made my own, well, I have posted some things on SoundCloud, but that's just a, what's that word? Freaking acapella. Alright. There we go. 16 minutes in and I find out what the word acapella means, even though that's what I've been doing my entire life. Because I can't make and friggin' play an instrument. I've tried to pick up piano last night, and for like 3 years too. I had a piano before, and I used one at my babysitter's, which I spent a lot of time at when I was like in 3rd and 4th and 5th grade, I think. I think it was like 3rd and 4th and 6th grade. I don't, but my hands are not as like attached to my brain, so I'm not like good at freaking pressing things at the time that my brain wants me to press them, because the nerve connection is like slow. Because like as like a child, when I was like a freaking month old, I was learning how to speak, and so the thing that's good in my brain is like the smartness things, and not like the sportness things. That's, and even so, with the smartness things, I have what's called a freaking slow processing, because I'm like very thorough in all of my thoughts. And so I can come up with good ideas. It'll just take me a McFreaking while. Shout out to the other person who's watching this. I hope you're having fun. Because I'm just screwing around at this point. I'm gonna read all your comments completely. Live chat, all messages available. Yeah, I'm interested in your chords. Oh yeah, more about my art. The other thing that I'm interested in doing with my Patreon money is I might have to set up a GoFundMe. I want to make a movie about queer cowboys, because I saw an Instagram commercial that was like the brothers by blood, sisters by name, and I was like, oh, so this is about some trans dude cowboys that are going to like get their name changed by like holding somebody at gunpoint, right? And it wasn't. It was just the bunch of brothers with the last name sisters, and it was the most underwhelming thing in my life. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'm making a movie about queer cowboys, because I want to feel happy when I watch commercials, and not sad. Because like a ton of cowboys were gay, and there's like there's so little representation of that in movies, like except for Brokeback Mountain, but that wasn't even you needed. Dude, I'm having freaking Ira come over during the fall, and that's when I'll be filming it, because they're like the freaking prime candidate for like that type of thing. And you know what, my mom probably wouldn't let me have 2 people over, frick. I would love for you to come down, but I have no idea how to keep you here. If I had my own house, I would. I can't say the state that I'm living in because this is on the internet. But I can tell you, buddy. Yeah. But once I need like a camera for that, and the best camera also being a phone, you know, that I can edit my things on, because I need something that can do both of those things in order to make a good. How much battery do I have? Okay, 46%, so I can actually continue this talk without you know, blacking out. I'm so lost right now. Oh yeah, so the Google Pixel one, I want a refurbished one, so that costs around $200, and I made over $300. I think $500 for when I was working, at that freaking gem shop. And my father put it in a savings account without even asking me. And I asked for my money back. It was either, I think it was yesterday. And he said, "No, I don't think it's a good investment." And that's illegal. So I guess I either have to like ask my stepmom because my mom refuses to do anything, or I have to get somehow Patreons to freaking pay for this movie that I'm making, because if it's being recorded on this and you see the quality, it's not gonna be the best movie. See, suing people costs $500, isn't that much? And cross interstate suing, I have no idea. Bruh, go work. The minimum wage is $11. That's so much money. I mean, like, it's not a living wage, but when you already have a house and you already have food, it's quite a lot. You're gonna get a job from school. Why not now and have more time to work more hours? It's harder to do your job when you're in school. I mean, like, purely because, you know, homework and whatnot. And that was Kennedy doing a pull-up. You want to enjoy... You know what? That's valid. That's valid. I mean, I didn't feel too horrible about working personally because I knew that I was making $11 per hour, and I didn't feel like any pangs of uselessness when I was doing it, because I was making $11 an hour. I can't stress this enough. As somebody who's poor, that's so much money. Can you imagine what I could do with that? If my father wasn't doing something illegal with my money, I could buy a phone and then some. Hello, J-Hex. Holy frick. Jacob? Is that Jacob? There's so much lag. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I am the one piece of privilege that I have is I have 4G. Not on this phone though, but there is a park Wi-Fi from what I'm assuming 3 miles away, and it's sometimes it's even 3 bars, so that's really great. But it doesn't always work. So that's a bit of a problem. I'm so happy I have this mix. It's the cutest freaking thing. I really want to make it out of my own noises, so I guess I have to, like, I would need a good microphone though, and I need money for that, which I don't have. Frick. I will record my own bird noises and my own waves, but normally wave sounds suck unless they're, you know, taken with a good microphone. There's a snowball microphone for like $10. So if I had $10 from Patreon, that'd probably be the first thing that I purchased. And then whoever freaking made me that money, I would do a cool song for them. Everybody, at least. Holy frick, there are 3 people watching. Hello, I am discussing things I would do if I had money, because my father, is stealing my money right now. And if I had that money... Oh, you need to sleep? Oh, good night, sweet one. I love you. Have a nice dream. Like, you're just so sweet and soft. It's been a while. I'm in a different state, and I have no monies. And my father's pissed off because I don't have a job, even though I'm doing a job. I'm just not getting paid for it. Like, I've tried to sell my art, and I've tried to sell my t-shirts. People who said they were gonna buy it, they didn't even tell me which design they were interested in. So, I like, get it and all, but somehow, like, if I can't do a 9 to 5 job because my sleeping schedule is screwed up and I need 12 hours of sleep, the state is very low. So it's really not worth it. It's like, my time is worth at least $10 an hour. Not $7.50. Not 10, depending on like how sucky the job is. I think I'm thinking of like maybe working on a golf course, but me out there in the hot sun with freaking anemia, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna work out because I almost passed out like 2 days ago because I was in a humid shower for like around 20 minutes and I like couldn't breathe anymore. So I like had to sit down while trying to take a shower just 'cause like I had to open the door so that it wasn't humid anymore and make it cold and I still couldn't breathe for like the 20 minutes after. So me and the outside aren't friends right now as long as I have anemia or whatever the frick I have. I haven't been able to go to any doctor's appointments because, as I said, I'm poor. And kerchow, I'm gonna have to figure out what the frick to do because I really want to make creative things because my depression is getting better. And, you know, I've always been somebody who wants to make things. And now I actually have some energy in order to do it, so that would be great if I had the technology to do it, because then I would do it, you know? And it would be there forever, because there's nothing, like, that can be deleted on the internet, you know? I mean, within the next 100 years, they probably won't delete my stuff, you know, when it stops being relevant. I hope my relevance stays for around 100 years. I think it will, personally. I don't know. I mean, there's much precedent for it, because you know, the internet hasn't been around for 100 years. It's been around for like freaking 30 years or something. Hello, one person watching this. We're talking about, well, you've been watching for a while, I guess. Are you Jacob or not Jacob? Because once Katie left, there was Jacob and Mystery Person. So, maybe you're Jonathan. That's my best guess. Frick. You know what? I've taught my Spanish lesson. I've talked about why I would like some monies. And my amazing queer, oh yeah, I haven't like gone into detail about my queer cowboy movie. I'm going to go to a bunch of nature reserves and just shoot, well not, you know, like when Gerard said we're shooting teenagers, yeah, I'm gonna be shooting teenagers in the woods. It's gonna be like improv, but like very directed improv, and there are lots of set out like plot points that include a new initiation, a burning of either the American flag or some piece of legislation, whatever my cast is okay with, I guess. I mean, I really don't want my video to get banned, but I also want to be pretty strong about, like, I don't want to back down about my political views and whatnot. I want to be, like, artistically integrity person. And I don't know. We're gonna burn something from America that I dislike. That's what I do know. And frick. Time incorporating lots of elements from westerns, except turned on their head. And also put in the light, like, we're gonna listen on how, like, a lot of cowboys were gay. And that's just not represented. So now I'm gonna be making, even though it's not a realistic western in a lot of respects, it will be just taken into a modern era, I guess. Like, I don't know. I'm just a genius filmmaker. So I don't really think it takes too much to be genius. I mean, if you're good at having a conversation and you're good at drawing, you can pretty much be a genius filmmaker. It just takes a lot of work. Like, that's all a film is. It's just a talk with pictures and voices. Like, that's it's not a very complicated thing, personally. I mean, I don't know. It's just my opinion. I I have like a weird set of talents. I don't know if like my photography is good because I don't think that photography is like a hard. So I'm not sure because like you're supposed to think that what you're doing is hard in order to like be good at it. But like it's just like the location that does most of the work for you. So like in my opinion, like God's already done the freaking work. Like all you gotta do is like put it in a nice composition, which is like, okay, let's put 3 things in a certain order. I mean, like I get a lot of likes, so I guess it must be like decent photography. I don't know. Nobody's gonna watch all 33 minutes of this, but you know what? Let's hope they have fun watching what they did watch. So that's my talk on photography isn't hard. Like how could it be? I mean, like trick photography is hard. I'll give you that. But just like regular stuff. I mean, a lot of photography is like sucky in my opinion. So maybe framing's difficult for a lot of people, but just like that part of my brain is very developed, even though my spatial intelligence is pretty bad in most areas. Like I cannot picture maps like in my head in like real life. I've seen a map of this neighborhood and I can put a vague image of it in my mind, but if I tried to like put myself in an aerial view, and like walk myself through it, it's not happening. I can construct like entire architecture, so it's like somewhere in my subconscious that I have a good understanding of places, I guess. I can have like consistent architecture in my mind and when I'm dreaming in my subconscious, but not in my conscious, which is where it would be, you know, most useful. Personally, I don't know. It's my opinion. I would like if my brain gave me good things while I was awake. Because usually, the architecture is good when I'm running from people in nightmares, so I can't really appreciate it. Peace. Thank you for watching this, the 3 people who have, and the people who will watch it in the future. If you've gotten this far, you're a trooper, and I love you. Holy frick. Thank you. Goodbye. Stay hydrated. Frickin'... oh no, I don't know how to leave. Exit? Yes, I do. Do I want to stop streaming? Yeah.